Hi, my name's Isaac, and today I'm going to review the Chevy Silverado 2500's better looking cousin, this brand new 2021 GMC Sierra AT4 2500. Let's get started. Before we begin, I want to thank Star Buick GMC for allowing me to review this truck. For all your GMC or Buick needs, you can visit Star in person right off of 33 in Easton, Pennsylvania, or at starbuickgmc.com. Starting at the front end of this AT4, this retails for a whole heck of a lot of money, so you'd hope that this is fully equipped, and thankfully it is. Starting with the headlights, you'll have full LEDs with a really cool daytime running light. You'll also have LED turn signals and LED fog lights. Next to those, you'll have parking sensors along the lower bumper, and then these really cool contrasting red tow hooks down here. Slightly above the bumper on the lower portion of the grille, you have a camera here. That is for the 360-degree camera system this truck is equipped with. A little bit more on that when we move to the interior. And then you'll have this huge air intake above the regular grille. This is such an aggressive look. I've always usually loved how the GMCs looked next to the Silverados, but this particular one really knocks it out of the park, especially compared to the current body style of the Silverado. If you've seen my video on that, you'll know I'm not a fan. Moving underneath the hood in this AT4, this particular Sierra is powered by General Motors' 6.6-liter Duramax V8, making 445 horsepower and a whopping 910 pound-feet of torque, which is especially insane when you hear how much this thing can tow. And that is paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Moving to the profile of the Sierra, starting with the wheels and tires here, you're going to get Goodyear Trail Runner 275/65R tires wrapped around these really cool 20-inch wheels. And then if we move up a little bit further here on the fender, you'll have the Duramax badge, 6.6-liter, and it says GMC right there. And then below that, you'll have your AT4 HD badge. But up here, moving to the mirror, this has to be the most fully equipped mirror I have ever covered on this channel. Starting here, you have turn signal indicators integrated into it. You'll have a nice gloss black color. Then if we move back here, they are of course power with blind spot monitoring. You have lights incorporated into them. You're also going to have a mirror right here. That's like your blind spot mirror. Even though you have blind spot monitoring, that is like for towing. And there is more towing features. We will get to that in a second. You also have a camera down here for the 360-degree camera system. And then you have another puddle light down there. That is not where this mirror ends though. If we open the door, the mirrors are also power folding. So if you tap that, they will fold in automatically. But in addition to that, there is also a button right here, if it will focus, to power extend the mirrors as well. So they also power extend. So if you're doing trailering, that additional mirror will really help for that, and they automatically extend. And if I hit this again, they will automatically retract. That is absolutely insane, the functionality on this truck's mirrors. I can only imagine how much that would cost if these things broke. Continuing on here in the profile, you do have keyless entry. So if you have the key on you, you can tap that. That will lock the truck, and then you can tap the button again, and that will unlock the truck. Speaking of unlocking the truck, this also has power running boards. So when you open and close the doors, the running boards will automatically deploy and retract, giving you a really flush clearance level right there, and making it just look really spiffy. Further down the profile, you're going to have a nice side step right here, so you can get up into the bed easier. I love that General Motors includes this on their heavy-duty trucks. I think it's just a really great feature to have. And then moving down the fender here, or the rear panel, you have another step up into the bed, which is really nice. And then this does have General Motors multifunction tailgate incorporated into it, which I absolutely love. Such a cool feature. Let me show you guys what it does. So traditionally, if you want, you can drop it like a regular tailgate. You can hit the button and it will come down like every other truck tailgate you have ever seen. But that is not the end of what this is able to do. If you tap the top button right here, you can drop just this top section of the tailgate and then use this as like a workbench area. And then, even though this has an absolutely massive bed already, if you need an extension, let's say you're carrying some plywood that sticks out a little bit, you can pull the handle right here, and this will actually pop up and give you like a little bed extender. Really, really nice, very convenient. And then you can close that up and then close the tailgate again. Now, let's say you want to use this as a step up into the bed. What you can do is you can quickly tap the top button and then the lower button, and then that is going to drop both portions. And then you can once again grab this right there, and now you have a step up into your bed. And not only that, General Motors has also provided a grab handle which clicks up and locks into place right there, making it incredibly easy to get into this massive pickup truck. So we could step in there, grab the handle. Now, of course, you don't need to grab the handle if you don't want to, but it is there for ease of use. You do have some tie downs in the bed here, as well as LEDs. And if we move down here, you're also gonna have a 120 volt outlet, which is really nice. And then of course, this bed does have a spray-in bed liner. While we're in the bed here, I do wanna touch upon these two cameras up here. One of these is a bed camera. We'll touch upon that when we move to the interior. And the other is a camera for your mirror. Again, we will talk about that when we move to the inside. Stepping back down in the truck, we're gonna get down here. Very easy to also put away the bed. So all you have to do is pull this. That will click that back into place. And then we can put the bed back up into its position. On the tailgate here, you do get a backup camera and a puddle light back here, which is very nice. And then back here, you do have your tow hitch, your AT4 badge, and some more parking sensors. If properly equipped, this can tow up to 18,500 pounds, which is just crazy. That is so insane. And basically, this is gonna tow anything you'd need to with this truck. Just such a great feature and functionality wise. Before we move into the interior, touching on the key fob really quick, in addition to lock, unlock, and panic, you also have remote start, and you are able to drop the tailgate from the key fob as well. Moving to the interior of this Sierra, now I've covered a lot of different Sierras on this channel, and this isn't too different to what I've compared in the past, so I'm going to breeze through some of the features on here, but I'm going to give you the big highlights. On the door panel, I've already mentioned the mirror functionality, and then you'll have your presets at the top here for your power seats, lock, unlock, and your mirror controls. Your parking brake automatically here, this is an electronic one, and then you're going to have your towing modes and your four-wheel drive settings, as well as your lighting controls. And then coming back to the steering wheel, it is very nicely wrapped in leather, and then there's this really cool orangey tan stitching in there that matches the seats in here, which I also really like. I think they did an excellent job with this. I do wish there was some more of the highlights of that, maybe around the dash, but I do like what they've done with it. And then in the gauge cluster here, you're going to have a center screen flanked by two traditional gauges, and you can do stuff like navigation, your Bluetooth, and pretty much everything you want to see. If you want to see like your digital speedometer, that all comes through on there. This particular truck is also equipped with a heads-up display. So as you can see here, if I throw this into reverse really quick, it's going to tell us 1 mile per hour. And then if I drive this around, it's going to tell us, it's going to give us kind of the little readout right here. And then you'll have a column shifter, as you can see there. And on the steering wheel, you'll have all your buttons for heated steering wheel, your Bluetooth settings, stuff like that, your volume, everything that you normally would get. And then moving up here to the mirror, this is a screen, as I've mentioned before. You can turn it off if you want, so you can just hit that and it goes back to being a normal mirror. But let's say somebody's in your direct line of sight in the mirror there. This is really nice, and you can just see right out the back. I think that's very convenient. And then up here, you do get a nice sunroof. No option for a panoramic, but it is still nice to get a sunroof on this truck nonetheless. And then moving to the infotainment system, it has wireless Apple CarPlay, which is really nice, and navigation. Very cool, very, very spiffy. Even though this is a smaller screen, it does sound like for the 2022 model year, General Motors is going to be updating the screen sizes in all of their trucks. But this is still really quick and very spiffy. If we go to the cameras really quick here, you have a ton of options. As you can see, you have a 360-degree backup camera right there. That's what all those other cameras are for around the truck. And then you'll have your traditional rear view. And then if we click this, you're gonna have your bed light, which is really nice. So you can see or bed camera rather, so you can see what's in the bed. If you don't want to look directly back there, if maybe you hear something moving around, if you don't have it tied down properly, you can check the bed just to make sure everything is okay. And then you can choose if you want just to do specific side views, if you want a 360-degree truck, which is really nice. You can see around. That's just so cool how they give you all these different options on the truck. Really nice with the camera technology. And then below that, you'll have physical buttons, your climate controls, your heated and cooled seats on this AT4. Then below that, you'll get a row of buttons. You'll have your brake exhaust. That helps you if you're trailering downhill. Then you'll have your lane departure warning, parking sensors off. This button automatically drops your tailgate from inside the truck. It's also worth noting that on the key fob for the truck, you also have the ability to drop the tailgate from that. And then you're gonna have your hazards, your traction control off. This turns on the 120-volt outlet in your bed, so it'll turn it on or off, so it's not always constantly using power. And then you'll have your hill descent control and your power running boards. Below that, you'll have your trailer brake control, USB-C, USB, a 12-volt, a household 120-volt outlet, and then below that, you'll have a wireless charger. Then you'll have 2 cup holders and a gigantic storage cubby right here. And in that, there is another USB, USB-C auxiliary port, and an SD card slot for your navigation, and just tons of room. Let's take a look at the back. Moving to the rear seats, I have tons of legroom back here at 5'9", and I also have a ton of headroom, so taller individuals on longer road trips will have no problem back here, which is really nice. And then if we move down here, you'll have 2 more cup holders, heated seats, and then USB and USB-C, as well as another 12-volt and 2 climate vents. And the seats are just as comfortable back here with the really cool texturing as they are up front, but with some more hidden tricks. So you can grab this handle right here and open it up to reveal some hidden storage, which is really, really nice. And then they also fold right up to give you a more flush load floor. And then you do get a spare tire jack back there, which is really nice as well. And we just drop that back down. You do get a little fold out armrest with 2 cup holders and a spot for a Fiji water. And then you have a power rear sliding window, and the window is heated. So overall, very nice back here. All right, driving the 2021 GMC Sierra AT4 2500. Man, that's a gigantic name for a gigantic truck. This thing is huge. I mean, it gives you such a commanding view of the road, but it's not even lifted. This is just how it comes stock from the factory, and it is huge. I mean, very much fun to drive, but I would not want to drive something like this in the city. This would be incredibly nerve-wracking because of how tight these city roads are. This is fun to drive though. I mean, I love General Motors' 6.6 liter V8. This thing hauls. The diesel is amazing, and it's just really, really cool. I gotta get around a garbage truck here. Speaking of nerve-wracking. All right, we're at a big straightaway here. Let's open it up. Oh my goodness, this thing is instantly responsive. Oh, wow. The diesel does not mess around with it in this truck. Wow, the diesel does not mess around in this truck. Obviously, I would expect nothing less from a truck so large as this and so equipped to tow. So in conclusion, this truck is very responsive when you put the pedal to the metal. It is a little bit boxy and kind of sluggish around corners, but that's kind of to be expected for any truck in this segment. I don't think there's anyone that I've reviewed thus far that has been like super responsive, but that's not why you're buying this truck. This truck is really for towing and serious payload stuff. So I can definitely affirm this truck handles it in spades. That's gonna wrap up my driving section. That is going to conclude my review of this GMC Sierra 2500 AT4. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, if you could like and subscribe, that would help my channel tremendously. I'm also a Christian, so if you have any prayer requests, you can leave those in the comment section down below. And I like to do a weekly Bible verse, so here that is. And as always, I hope your vehicle lasts you a long time and it serves you well. I'll see you next time, guys.